We're here with Garrett Brown. Hey there, Garrett.
Yep.
Let's just start with just tell me about yourself. I know you're in Seattle. How long have you been in real estate?
Yeah, I've been in real estate 8 years and live in Seattle, Washington. It's a great place to be and grew up in Salem, Oregon, so about 4 hours south of here. And um,
Nice. And do you run
yeah.
do you run a team? Are you part of a team or are you on your own?
Yes, yes to all three. So I'm part of a brokerage, and that helps. So part of my principal brokers team, but then I also run my own team with a buyer's agent, an inside salesperson that makes calls, and a transaction coordinator. So inside of the brokerage, have my own little team, which is nice to kind of have it from top down from the boss to me, and then my own little group as well. Been a member of Agent Legends for about 9 months now, and the main reason why I joined was from my principal broker, who's on the board of directors at Zillow. He gets a bunch of premier agent Zillow leads, and so that was one of my draws to joining the brokerage was um, being able to really convert these leads and everything. But when I started doing Zillow advertising, and I do $2,000 a month on it, so it's an important part of my business. I was having trouble, retaining the leads and everything. So I wanted to join Agent Legend to have a drip campaign in place. So that's kind of the big reason why I joined, and it's been a huge help in my business for those leads specifically. Yeah,
What was your business like before you came on to Agent Legend?
yeah. So before Agent Legend, it had been a lot of referral based business, which is a good place to start. But now, 8 years in and having a team, I needed to really work the different leads and everything. So it's have switched from just referral to a lot more of the Zillow leads, and then also too with this inside salesperson, I make a lot of neighborhood calls and for sale by owner and expired lead calls with him. And so that's been a big help too, to have the campaigns going for sale by owner, expired, and then the Zillow connected leads, having all those different campaigns with my own wording. You've got the templates that Agent Legend has, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. They've kind of got everything that you can start with, but I've tweaked and made it my own wording and included monthly updates and everything like that. So I've really been able to work my past clients with a follow-up monthly campaign, but then especially the Zillow connected leads for me and my buyer's agent, and then the for sale by owner and expired leads for the inside sales person with
Nice.
the ongoing text and email as well.
Yeah, well, that makes me, I want to go back to what you said. You said you were spending 2,000 a month on Zillow ads, and thanks for sharing
Yeah.
that. By the way, I know that's going to
Oh
be
yeah.
this is good info.
Right.
When did you how had you been spending 2,000 a month before you signed up with us, and how long before that had you?
Yeah. So I'd spent about $1,000 a month for 2 years, and again, it was just hit and miss with no follow up. And then once I got my systems in place, it was kind of a funny story too. I had told my principal broker, "Hey, I want to increase my ad spend," and his first response was, "Isn't your plate full with what you have now? Are you able to convert these leads?" And I said, "Yes, actually, and here's my template for what I'm going to do." This was January 1 of this year. So I'd been with Agent Legend for a month or two, and I said, "I've just signed up with Agent Legend. Here's their system and process. Here's the coach that I'm meeting with. Here are our goals and everything. Here's what I want to see from Zillow and how Agent Legend is going to help me convert this year." And then he said, "Great, sounds good, absolutely. Increase the ad spend." So it was kind of funny, almost from my principal broker, a pullback of rather than saying, "Oh yeah, definitely do it," is like, "Well, how are you going to convert? Are you sure that you want to increase your ad spend?" So it was good to be able to show, here's my plan in place, here's the processes that I'm taking to be able to get it done.
Yeah, that's really useful. Thank you. And
Yeah,
I actually want to ask you about, you were spending $1,000 a month on Zillow specifically for some time before you were even introduced
right.
to the platform. I think there are a lot of people in that boat, and there's a lot of success to be had in that boat, right? Like that's excellent. Can you just tell us a little bit about what did your day to day look like? how did you go about working with those leads that you were getting for $1,000 a month? I know, you know,
Hmm.
the beautiful thing is that it's profitable. It still works,
Right.
even if you don't do it as well as you know that you should be. And the experience around that, and you're somebody who's been doing it, and you were doing it by yourself and with the help of some people. So just anything you could share around that.
Yeah, yeah. So to the point of, for it's so much of you're working your business reactively instead of proactively, which we don't necessarily like, but it kind of is what it is. So you're reacting to these Zillow leads, and at about $1,000 a month for and again, it changes from area to area and how much, you know, price points are and how many other agents they have. The zip codes that I'm in, I was probably getting 2 or 3 leads a week, which then turns into, thank you for your call. Yes, I'm happy to show you that house, but it's not my listing. I'd want to work with you on either if it was this place or anything else you find, no matter what. Are you connected with the realtor? And then it's, well, I'm probably going to use my friend, but can't you just show me the house? Or now, especially in the state of Washington, since March 15th, we haven't had any open houses. So the governor's mandated, only showings with a broker, which it's funny because it gets those people that are looking on Zillow or wherever else that they have to be connected to a realtor in order to show the house. They can't just go to open houses and do their own thing. But it's tough because then people are saying, well, can't you just show me the house? So I'd be happy to if you want to work with me moving forward. I advertise on Zillow to try to meet new buyers like you. And if you already have a realtor in mind, I'd reach out to them. Or if you have questions on this one, contact the listing agent. Okay, fine, click, and hang up. But which is fine with me because it's a volume game, and if you chase the first one, or if you chase any lead just for the sake of chasing it, you're going to get burned. And I've been burned plenty before too of them saying, um, we're not really tied to any realtor, we don't care, just apathetic about who the realtor is. And it's like, okay, well, if you're going to treat me like someone that's going to open doors, yes, I can open doors for you and show you places, and hopefully we get something locked up. But then they're just as comfortable with saying, hey, you showed me 7 houses over the weekend, but we're going to go with someone. But then we looked at this on Tuesday night, and we're going to go with them. So, yeah,
And
it's
thank you. Yeah,
it's
I know that,
that's the
that
game.
bit that you said there is something that so many can relate to and appreciate.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and so like you said that you'd heard about Agent Legend before you came on. What were your feelings about Agent Legend prior to becoming a customer? Was there any skepticism, or did you have any concerns when you first heard about it? Any of that?
Totally. Yeah. And my skepticism or concern with Agent Legend, and it would be Agent Legend or any sort of platform, is, am I giving up control that then will come off as inauthentic? That was my biggest concern. And yes, I've got to be able to give up control to grow my business, but does it come at the expense of not responding to the right people and letting stuff fall through the cracks, or it comes off super generic? So being able to have those, and I've stayed away from that type of marketing. That's, here's the update on fall recipes or desserts, or here are the football games, this season. I've stayed away from those generic stuff because I want it to be authentic to me. And so my concern before signing up with Agent Legend is it still going to be my voice while freeing me up to grow the business and to be in 2 places at once and to have ongoing marketing. So that was the biggest thing for me.
Thank you. Yeah, that's an awesome point.
Hmm.
And what is it that happened as a result after you joined?
As a result, after I joined, I was able to systemize um, like I was saying, the Zillow leads, the for sale by owners and expireds, and then in bringing on this, so it's twofold. In working with the for sale by owner and expireds, I was able to bring on this inside salesperson and say, here are all these leads each week that I've been calling. And then the first ask is just for, do you want to join our weekly Zoom call to talk about market updates? What it would, it's a little different. For sale by owner is great. You give it a couple more weeks to selling yourself. Awesome. We'll be here if you have anything. Join our weekly Zoom call with a PowerPoint on market updates, what we would do, tips and tricks, how we prep and market. And then for the expireds, it's it's, or canceled leads. It didn't work out with your old realtor. Here's what we would do. Here's our processes. When and now may not be the right time to go back on the market. Plan for whenever that phase is, because if they cancel or expired, they're probably burned by their old realtor and they don't know when they're going to go back on the market. So by working those two types of leads and having the systems in place, I was able to then say, hey, inside salesperson, I'm going to step out of making those calls and inputting all the data. You do it. You reply back with the follow-up system, and then I'll kind of only be there for the weekly Zoom call, and then any sort of market analysis that happens and listing meeting that happens from there.
I love that. I love the
Mm-hmm.
I love the weekly Zoom call. I think that's really
Yeah,
smart way to leverage your time, and group the people into one place so that you can you could be in a place of authority and teaching. I love that. And then,
exactly right. Yeah.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say it just makes it so that instead of, again, living proactively instead of reactively and running our business that way, I know Mondays at 3:00 is for sale by owners. Monday at 3:30 is expireds, and there's going to be follow up after that. But I was able to put a blueprint in place that I could bring on a new hire and say, here's how you're going to, someone that just got their license, and here's how they can generate business, while working together, and leaning on me to say, hey, we've been in the business 8 years, and here's the volume that we do, and here's the number of deals per year, but we work together as a team. And so to have, frees up my time to get out of that, shows him a pathway to getting deals right away, rather than just working, just his referral base or, whatnot. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. And let me ask you, I know there was a cool, it's the way that you and I got introduced. There was a
Mm-hmm.
cool experience that you'd had with Zillow. I know a lot of people are going to love to hear about that if you're comfortable sharing it.
Yeah, no, totally. And I'll send you the information on it. But when you advertise Zillow Premier Agent, you have a chance to be best of Zillow is what it's called. And they give out, when they connect you to a Zillow lead, they'll then send survey. Zillow on the back end will say, hey, we connected you with Garrett Brown at Real Property Associates, different realtor from us. But how has your experience been at day 1, day 14, and day 45 with his responsiveness, likeliness to work with them, customer service, everything like that. So, and again, I've been advertising on Zillow for 2 years before doing Agent Legend, and then had always gotten close to this. And you have to be in the top 10%, get a score of 90% or higher. And I was always sitting right at 88 or 89%. And I don't know exactly how they run their algorithm on their back end, but they told us that, hey, we sent out this survey day 1, 14 and 45. So I set up my Agent Legend Zillow campaigns to email out right away, and then on day 13 and on day 44 to then have it so that they were getting contact from me the day, a day before of leading up to the Zillow review or Zillow email, so that then we were probably interacting over the course of that day, so that then when they get the email the next day from Zillow, how's his responsiveness, how's his customer service been, they are likely to give a higher score. And then that's what then helped me get to have the tagline of the best of Zillow underneath my name, which again, it's one of those things where, left to my own devices or trying to reinvent the wheel, was never able to get that. But then by automating my systems and using, leveraging what Agent Legend can do with being able to connect and then start that timer right away, it's helped a lot.
Wow, thanks for sharing that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what is that worth? What's the best of Zillow worth? When is it that you got the badge?
Yeah. When is it, or what is it?
When did they award you the badge because of the feedback surveys?
Yeah, it was August 1st of this year, and they do it. They do a review quarterly, so I've got to make sure to stay in that top, that top 10% every quarter. And then it just goes to show, when I'm meeting with different people, and again, it helps on the listing side or the buyer side, just shows, proof of concept, I guess, that here's past past deals I've done and everything like that. So it's yeah, it's just a badge just to just separate myself from the competition, to say I'm not just a realtor, I'm not just a door opener. Here's the type of experience that you'll get from working with me. Here's my processes. Does it fit? You know, are we a good fit to work with each other? And kind of just like what I was saying of my principal broker, when I said I want to add to the Zillow, to the Zillow ad spend, he kind of pulled back to check in. I'll do that same thing now. Now I can come from a point of, instead of chasing the lead, to say, here's how I work. Here's my processes. Is this a good fit for you? They may say yes, and then I still have the opportunity now to say, nope, it's not. I'd recommend you work with someone else, or, best of luck to you. But we're not a good fit for each other, and now I can afford to say that. And not that I want to, piss people off or make people mad, but it's always the time value of money, and realtors are overpaid for the deals that go well and underpaid for the deals that don't go together, and it all ends up evening out. But it's finding the right people to work with and that you want to be in business with.
That's so true. Such wise words. I want to ask you, since it's been about a month and a half, I guess.
Yeah.
Here we are in the middle of September since you've had that badge. Can you speak to what that's been worth? Is it? I mean, are you noticed more leads, higher quality leads? Like what has that badge from Zillow translated to, as far as you could tell right now?
It's, as far as I can tell, it's more of an online brochure of my business, and it's gotten some congratulations from past clients and past referrals and friends and family. It has helped with the new people to share that story and to say, I'm not just talking about this. Here's the example, and here are the things. So I'll always include it in, again, with my Agent Legend intro email on all platform, all the different campaigns that I have through Agent Legend. I'll include my Zillow review page, and then I'll point out the best of Zillow based on customer service score, reviews and scores. So I've just used it, again, like kind of like an online brochure about me.
Yeah. And then can I also ask you? You said in the beginning, I thought it was so smart
Yeah.
that you found out when Zillow strategically emails these people for their feedback, and you purposely set an Agent Legend follow-up to go out the day before, so that way you'd be fresh on their minds.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just high level let us know what it is that you say in those strategic emails from your part?
Absolutely. And I'd recommend it to any realtor, and be happy to share any information I have with any other realtor, because there's no secret to it, and we're all working in different markets, or we're all working different people. So I'd be happy to share anything. The first one on day one is really kind of that, here's my processes, here's how I'd like to work. I'll provide with you the market stats and the data that you need to make an informed decision and a confident decision moving forward. Here's my Zillow profile with my reviews about me, past sales, all of that. That's the day one. And then the couple weeks in, and then the month and a half in, it's just more follow up of hey, we talked a couple weeks ago about this property. And again, these are all stuff that Agent Legend can do to make it look specific, but it's generic. We talked about 123 Main Street. Were there any other questions you had like that, or were there similar properties worth checking out? Because again, in a low inventory market, anything's on for a week and then gone. So it's not necessarily about it's getting people out of the mindset of Garrett can only help me with that one specific property, to Garrett's an all-encompassing realtor and can do it all. So there's that piece, and then the day 44 is an email with market stats for the past month. So I change up that email each month, but it's just copy and paste of update from the title company I get on the market stats, and then speak to the market stats and have a call to action of what can I be doing to help you out? How do you see this number? Because we can all interpret stats and supply and demand a little differently for each person's situation. So it's just a conversation starter, and that conversation starter is important to have the day before this Zillow review goes out, so that they feel connected and loved on. And at the same time, it's chance to to, connect with the people and circle back and say, not just, did you have any question about that one property, but what can I be doing for you all together?
That's incredible. Thanks for being so transparent with that, man. So
Yeah.
it sounds like, you've got day one, which is your direct follow up. You've got
Hmm.
day 13, which is hey, we talked a while back and you like to personalize that with the property address.
Right.
And then on day 44, and I think this is like gold, you go out of your way every month to change it so that it's relevant with market
Hmm.
stats. So it's
Yep.
not the same stale email with old information. So it's actually valuable, it's updated. And then that way, I think it's brilliant because you're hitting people with 3 different angles. It's not the same, hey, just checking in, just checking in, just checking in. It's like,
Right.
and then I also liked that your day 44 email had social proof from, other past customers of yours, other things that people say about you. So I think,
Yep.
man, congratulations. Number one, thanks for sharing that and being so transparent.
Absolutely.
Number two, like you are the an amazing example of what a committed, hardworking, strategic mind can do. It's like you're all those things, and no one can take that away from you, right? Like,
Right. Right. And I appreciate that. And too, like the reminder to other realtors or lenders and whoever works, with Agent Legend is it's not overnight thing too. Yes, it's strategic, and yes, it was thought through and planned out, but the results aren't, on day one or month one. I mean, this was a 9 months with that Zillow thing specifically before the fruits of the labor are there. And yes, you see stuff on day one by freeing up your time and having systems in place, but it gets harder before it gets easier, and then you may not see the results right away either. So just it's a reminder, folks, of don't compare yourself to other people in the business, and don't give up too soon either. So have your plan in place and stick to it, and work it.
let me, yeah, you brought up a good point that I want to get your thoughts on,
Yeah.
Garrett. Who would you say that Agent Legend is for, and you would recommend it to? And then also, would you say that who would you not recommend Agent Legend for?
That's a good point. So I'd recommend it to, and it doesn't necessarily matter which industry, but it's the type of person you're going after. It's been great for realtors and lenders that work a larger database, that needs to be in 2 places at once, and needs follow up, that is planned and planned out and set it and forget it. So again, that doesn't matter if that's realtors, lenders, insurance people, and anything else like that. So it's great for a high volume. Um,
So you want to have,
thing.
so the real estate agents and lenders specifically, you'd want to have, I mean, you'd want to have a foundation, you'd want to have leads, you'd want to have a
Right.
need for planned follow up, yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then on the
Yep.
contrary, is it I mean, the people that don't have the leads, the people that don't have a need for that kind of follow up because they're not at that place in their business?
Right. Or if you say I'm very specific to referral only, and I have my CRM that I like, and I don't need to add anything else, or adding something like an Agent Legend would just make you confused and throw you off base, then I wouldn't recommend it to someone that has a good CRM now, and they want to make sure that they're doing the personal touch. I felt like Agent Legend's been able to um, combine personal touch and automation in the right way that I'm comfortable with. But again, that was back to my hesitation initially, is does it take me out of the business? And I felt like it hasn't, but I wouldn't recommend it for someone that um, is working a small database that really focuses on referrals. It probably isn't the best, but Agent Legend's been the best for me in the higher volume Zillow, for sale by owner, expireds, and I still have a past client campaign in there, and that monthly stats updates that goes out to past clients as well, and it's pretty similar to the one that I send on the day 44 of the Zillow leads of, here's what's been going on in the market, how do you see it, let me know, what I can be doing for you. So Yeah, to answer your questions, Agent Legend's great for someone working a high volume database. It's not great for someone working a smaller referral um, database.
And thank you, Garrett.
Absolutely.
Is there a, I didn't even ask you this when we first did
Yeah,
it, only if you're comfortable. Is there a
yeah,
way that is there a best way someone can get in touch with you if they want, whether it's to, I mean, you're doing amazing things in your area. Maybe they want to join you, or, you'd mentioned
totally.
you're happy to, maybe it's sharing campaign or, collaborate.
Yep,
Like, would you be open to sharing any, you want them to email you
absolutely.
or, yeah.
Yep. Email call is the easiest, and we can share my information. Also, the other way to reach out to me is the Northwest Estate Team is our little group, and so it's nwestateteam.com, and that has a contact form on there. So that's really probably the best way. But yeah, happy to share my phone number and email, and we can have it pop up, or you can put it in the notes there. But would be
Well, that's
more than
okay.
one.
If you say that the best way for someone to get in touch with you is to fill out the contact form on nwestateteam.com, and those will go to you. That's
Yep,
really
yep,
generous of you. I know that'll,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, exactly right. I'd be happy to share anything with anyone in the business, and it's a big world out there. So I'd be happy to help other realtors succeed, or any questions, and then of course, yeah, like you said, of wanting to join the team, or say, hey, could I be working this from afar, and I'll say absolutely, we can make it work. So yeah, that's the best way to get in touch. And what can I be doing for Agent Legend and you and your guys' business?
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, you're doing it right now. Thank you. This is gonna, just you're being so generous with what's working, and transparent and wanting to help,
Right,
and you're telling our team member about the success which led to you and I connecting. Like, this
right,
is, I'm very grateful for it, because number one, we know, it's how we know how our members are doing. And number two, there are, there's a slew of just amazing people just like you who, they're going to benefit from hearing this, and they're
yeah,
going to want to collaborate with you, and you're going to collaborate with them. So this just fulfills a big, people who are generous like you fulfills like a big value that I have for our company, which is just to have a community where,
hmm,
like-minded individuals are sharing successful strategies and just helping each other. And so I can't thank you
right,
enough for that. A lot of people are going to be helped and are going to love this. And you're going to make a lot of friends this way, and you deserve to. And I want to thank you. It's the reason why, the only reason why we're able to help our members get incredible results, for the last 5.5 years at this point, is just because, you're doing incredible things on your own. You have a foundation of success, and, we're just helping you do what you do better. So can't thank you enough, Garrett. And to
thanks,
anybody
Kostas. Yeah,
that's listening to this right now in the recording, you can go ahead and, if you're an Agent Legend member, you can go ahead into your members area, find a library. You can contact Garrett just for whatever personal connection might be worth, nwestateteam.com in the contact area. And if you're not an Agent Legend member yet, we have a free trial that you can just join and sign right up for. So thank you very much. And thank you, Garrett.
yeah. Thanks, Kostas. Appreciate it, and have a great day.